Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Dustin, board certified dermatologist, and we are going to be reacting to some amazing TikTok videos today on skincare, pimple popping, cyst popping, all sorts of fun stuff, blackhead extractions. But before we get into that, I have an exciting announcement because I've just turned on memberships on the channel. If you're considering becoming a paid subscriber, that will give you early access to the videos before they go public to everybody else, and it helps to support my mission to provide free dermatology care to underserved populations in my mobile clinic. We'll put a link to one of those videos down in the video description if you want to see the kind of work that I do. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's dive into the videos. Starting out here with a massive cyst explosion on the neck. They're using a plasma pen to put a small hole in the skin. They've got gloves on, they've got a gauze there, and they are mashing on this thing, and it's just shooting everywhere. And they just keep going back for more. Something like this, there's a good chance it's going to grow back because I don't see a lot of the sac coming out of there. And I don't even know if this person's been numbed. And if not, all that mashing definitely would be tender. Strawberry nose blackheads extraction. So why is this nose so large with all the pores? This person may have a type of rosacea called rhinophyma, where the oil glands actually start to enlarge underneath the skin and the nose can get very big. For reference, W.C. Fields was a famous actor back in the day, and this happened to him where his nose got super big under rhinophyma. But look at all of the stuff coming out of here. This is amazing. They've got the patient draped so they're not going to get goo all over them. They've got gloves on. Definitely appreciate all of that. We're just going to see all of the stuff they get out of there. These are really large. Your oil production is largely determined by genetics, and some people are going to be predisposed to the inflammation of rosacea. Their body gets the inflammation and their oil glands will just react and enlarge and grow. And it's an inappropriate, protective mechanism for the skin. And they just keep going back for more. Still a lot of really enlarged pores. So much oil under the skin. I wonder if they're going to show us all of the stuff at the end. Would be a bit tender, just a little painful, all that mashing on the nose, but as far as I can tell, the patient's doing fine with it. Always use sterilized tools. Never pop blackheads with your fingers because you can risk a skin infection. This is actually true. Whenever you're squeezing stuff out, it doesn't mean that you can't be putting things back in the skin if you have dirty fingers or dirty nails. This is the danger zone of the face, and if you get an abscess here, I really recommend that you do not pop it. The veins in our face do not have valves in them, so with enough pressure, things can go backwards in the vein. And if you think about where these veins are connected to, they're connected with the vasculature in your brain. And if you have an infection in this area of the face and you squeeze hard enough and any of that bacteria goes back through the veins, it could go into the vasculature, the blood vessels of the brain, and risk an infection in your brain. This tool is next level. Watch these blackheads disappear. This is an ultrasonic pore spatula. So it has a little ultrasonic vibration to it, and then they apply pressure on the skin. And largely it is the pressure that is pushing these things out, but the ultrasonic vibration helps a great deal. It helps to loosen up those pores. I've had this done during a facial. It's not comfortable, none whatsoever, but it's doing a great job on this person to get rid of a lot of those blackheads. Wait for this one, it's insane. That's what they say. Let's see if it's true. They're using gloves, they're using a Comedone extractor, so I like that so far. And that was pretty straightforward. I wouldn't say that that's insane yet. We're getting like a normal amount out of there. They better deliver something more than that if they want to claim that this is insane. It didn't look that big on the skin, but now they are getting a fair amount out of there. Not rising to the level of insane for me, but to each his own. A lot of big pimples on the chin here. This is comedonal and mild inflammatory acne. They're using gloves, they're using gauze, and they're just squeezing, popping this stuff out of here. If you have acne that looks like this, salicylic acid in a cleanser or a leave-on product will help to loosen up the pores, open them up a little bit so stuff can come out, and then retinol would do really well here. The best over-the-counter retinol that you can get is probably adapalene or Differin gel is the brand name. I recommend that because it used to be prescription only and now it's available over the counter. And then if that's not sufficient for you from an over-the-counter perspective, you can go see a dermatologist and get some stronger retinols and a more comprehensive plan. Benzoyl peroxide wouldn't even be bad on here. Usually when they do this, they've probably done a slight chemical peel to loosen up the pores for the patient. Something with BHA in it. All right, this is an abscess, and I'm not sure of the body location here, but with that little crease, it's questionable. They used an 11 to open it up, and now they're gonna push on it. Looks like the patient's had a bandage on there before, and as this stuff starts coming out, they need more gauze. Ooh, way too much stuff for one gauze. Comment where you think on the body this might be. All right, they're gonna get another gauze. I don't know why it's got this blackish silver look to the top of it. But now there's like black stuff coming out. I don't know if the patient was applying black salve on there or something. I don't know what bacteria could cause the black appearance. But it gets real dark here. Unless that's just really old coagulated blood. Look at all of these blackheads on the nose, whiteheads and blackheads. They're using a suction tool to help get them out. This is very similar to a hydrofacial if you've ever had one of those done. Really satisfying. Now the thing that I question here is you can see them all go away. I don't know if they've done a chemical peel on this person first, but it looks like most of the stuff is just being scraped off the top of the skin rather than being sucked up that tube. But you can hear the suction in there. Satisfying nonetheless, even if they're just getting kind of scraped off by the side of the tube. They're not going too hard, they're not leaving it in one place so long. I don't recommend pore vacuums at home, but in an office treatment, a hydrofacial or something like this can be a really nice treatment option. Cleaning it up nicely. It's not really getting down and getting those deeper ones. So a good skincare routine would still help this person. We're back with blemish bandits on this one. We've got a large ingrown hair and it looks like it's making two different loops under the skin. Tied up there with a kind of a clogged pore. You see that stuff coming out. Kind of slipping. Now watch what happens. As they pull one side, it starts going in. It's just all wound around in there. Boom. Way longer than you would think. All right, we've got a cyst on, I don't know what part of the body, maybe the back of the neck here, judging on the skin. And they're just kind of pinching it with the forceps and popping it right out. Something like that is super satisfying. Where are we going next? We going back for more? Oh, we've got an ingrown hair too, little bonus there. Now we're moving to another area of the body. And just pulling out these kind of plugged hair follicles. A lot of them here on this person. This has got some hair with it too. I don't know where on the body we are. I don't know, the neck, the cheek. Kind of breaking apart on that one. Fun. Okay, we are back with Delarue. We got a little blackhead here. A little dilated pore. Loosen up the top, and they're going to pull it out with the forceps. Came out nicely. Got a couple more. This person's skin looks really good other than these couple of blackheads that they're getting. Now we've got an ingrown hair, a little inflammation under the skin. Kind of loosen it up there. Oh, we didn't even finish that one. We're on to something new. This is more of a little pustule abscess. No gloves. Look at these nails going on there. Do not approve of that. I mean, gross for the nails. Like, what if you got that stuff underneath your nail on your skin? Pulling out sebaceous filaments for a minute straight. Let's just enjoy this one. Simple little pluck. I don't know why they're putting them back on the skin. Just like get a gauze. And again, no gloves here. You just see the nails. Within a day or two, all these sebaceous filaments will be back though. That's the challenge, is they're normal. You're supposed to have them. Your skin is going to keep producing oil. Having trouble getting that one a little bit. Satisfying. I want to help my boyfriend with skincare, but it'll just make you more attractive to other girls. They're doing a pore mask here, and look how much stuff is coming out. You put the liquid on, then you put the paper on, pull it, satisfying. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, memberships are on if you feel so inclined, but like, comment, and share this video to help support the channel and my work in the mobile clinic. Got a lot more of these coming every week for you, so tune in next time, and I'll see you guys later.